Hey everyone, thanks for joining my short video on how to integrate Hike with MYOB. Alright, let's get started and log into our Hike account. Alright, great. Now let's have a look into MYOB. Great, so let's click on this company file. And now let's log into MYOB. Perfect. Now, you'll need to sign into your company file. By default, this will automatically be set up as username administrator and password is blank. Let's click on OK. Great, now we're logged into our MYOB account. First and foremost, let's have a look into the tax rules. By default, you'll have no tax and GST automatically set up in Hike. Also, if you've downloaded MYOB in Australia, you'll automatically have these there as well. Now let's have a look into the integration. You have a button here that you can click on where you can see the MYOB guide. Also, you can click on Chat with the support team. We have teams of dedicated professionals that are experts in integrating Hike with MYOB. You can also click on Need Help, Help Docs, and within this page, you'll be able to scroll down to video tutorials. This page holds all the videos that we have in relation to Hike and lists out timestamps for each video so you can skip ahead to parts that you'll want to view for the integration. Please feel free to come in here and have a look into the timestamps for this video so you can move quickly in the integration process. Great. Now that that's been explained, let's have a look into activating Hike with MYOB. Alright, let's go ahead and click on Activate. This will take you to a page where you're asked to log into MYOB. Now, the login of MYOB is a little bit different to our other integrations, in that you'll need a login to a company file. So, let's go ahead and select Miles from Hike. As previously mentioned, the username by default will be Administrator, so let's enter Administrator. Lastly, the password by default will be blank, so leave this and click on Save. Great. Now let's have a look at the top of the page, which is the primary settings. So, you can select the Hike outlet for the inventory sync. I've selected the Richmond store. Now, you can only have one outlet in Hike linking to one company file in MYOB. Okay, so you can choose how the invoices get synced across into MYOB. There are two options. You can create individual or separate invoices in MYOB for each sale. This option is suitable if you prefer to sync each individual sale as an invoice in MYOB. It provides you with more visibility options into your transactions. However, it also adds many more transactions into the MYOB sales transaction list. And of course, if you are syncing individual products, this means that any unsynced products will cause an individual invoice sync failure. The second option is to send one summary invoice to MYOB with all the transactions combined when you close your cash register. By selecting this option, it will sync your total sales summary for the end of the day by simply posting the totals to the relevant accounts. The total transaction summary is sent to MYOB as one big sale invoice at the end of the day when you close your cash register in Hike. Please note, by selecting this option, no products or individual invoices will sync between Hike and MYOB. Also, on-account sales will be synced as individual invoices, and products included in that sale will be displayed as a description field in MYOB. Don't worry, the sale amount and the payment you received for on-account sales will not be included in the end of the day summary when it syncs. It will update when the sync of the individual on-account sales is being completed. So don't worry, there won't be any double ups here. Great, moving on to common customer name for walk-in sales. So all cash or walk-in sales will be synced to MYOB under this customer profile. You can update the details as per your preferences, but by default, this will be auto-filled with guest customer and use your Hike email address as the email address. This means that even though you won't receive specific customer information to engage further, you can use a generic email address and you can still identify shopping trends for your walk-in customers. Next, we have default taxes for customer. You have to have something set up by default. So let's just go ahead and select the tax code. So we'll simply create 10% GST. And for the freight tax code, again, we'll just select the default 10% GST. Now let's have a look into the product settings. So first is purchase COGS account for inventory items. This is your default cost of goods sold account for inventory items. Your cost of goods sold refer to the expenses involved in creating or purchasing the products that your store sells. Next, we have a sales revenue account for inventory items. This account is to record the daily sales of your items. This is set up for inventory items. Please select a default sales or revenue account for your inventory products. Any sales processed for the inventory tracking will be synced to this selected account. Next, we have inventory assets. These are items or goods of value that your company plans to sell for profit. This is where inventory movement will get recorded because of a sale, purchase, or stock take. This will update regardless if you are syncing the end of day summaries or individual invoices. Next, we have adjustment rounding account for inventory. When undertaking a stock take, you may find some discrepancies. Hike will record all inventory spillage under this account. Next, we have sales revenue account for non-inventory items. This account is to record your daily sales of items that are non-inventory items. Lastly, we have purchase COGS account for non-inventory items. This account selection will enable Hike to send data across to MYOB for non-inventory tracking products. It will allocate to the relevant account that you have selected. Now let's move down to accounts for payments. In the MYOB integration, this is slightly different in that the refund account has to link to a bank account. Next, we have the sale item number. So let's go into MYOB and have a look. Click on item list. Along the left-hand side, item number. This is essentially the same thing as SKU. So when you create an item, you will need to create or input an item number. Let's go ahead and create our own sale item number by going to the top left of the screen and clicking on New. Great. Now within this screen, you can enter an item number, which again is similar to an SKU. You can also name the item what you want. Down the bottom of the screen, you can tick I buy this item, I sell this item, or I inventory this item. For this example, I'll click on I sell this item. Then you can select the account which you want the amount to be posted into. Naturally, if you sell an item, you may want it posted into a new income account. Now, let's have a look into an example that I've created earlier. I'll type in my SKU or item number being 9001. Let's have a look into this. Great. So as you can see, I sell this item and the account links straight into a bank account. If you need assistance at any point in time during this video, simply go to the top of the page, click on Need Help, then click on Chat with Support. We have a whole team of professionals who are experts in integrating Hike with MYOB. Going back to the Hike integration page, now we can enter for sale item number 9001. Next, we have Purchase Payment Account. This account is unique to the MYOB integration. The Purchase Payment Account will be used to debit any funds that are made for any purchase orders placed in Hike. And of course, you'll need to enter a bank account. Now, to keep my Hike MYOB integration simple, I'll be using the one bank account for multiple different fields in the integration. Let's have a look in MYOB to see what this looks like. At the top left, click on Accounts, then Account List. Now let's search for Bank. Great. As you can see, the account type is Bank and the account number is 9001. Perfect. You will need to go into MYOB and create item numbers for all the features in Hike that you have activated. Two examples of this would be store credit and gift cards. Now let's go ahead and have a look into MYOB. So at the top of the page, please go into Inventory, then have a look into Item List. Now I'll search for 9002, which is my discount item. You'll need to go into Selling Details at the top tab. This will be set as default to GST. Now, going back into the profile, you'll be able to go into I sell this item, and you'll be able to choose the discount account that you have set up prior for this to be posted into. One of the benefits of using the MYOB integration is that in MYOB, if you click on I sell this item, then Hike will not sync any of the discount products from MYOB to Hike. If you need assistance at any point in time during this video, simply go to the top of the page, click on Need Help, then click on Chat with Support. We have a whole team of professionals who are experts in integrating Hike with MYOB. Another great benefit of using MYOB is that for all these item numbers, you can actually put whatever you want in there now. You can save the integration. Then later on, you can go ahead and set these up in MYOB. So it doesn't have to be done right now. Moving on to accounts for cash management. The first of which is cash in and out account. So I've already gone through and added this. So I'll just simply search cash in, cash out account. Next is till payment discrepancy account. Great. Now, cash float account. As you can see, I've got this as an asset or an income. Last is the tip item number. So for this, I will enter 9008. Lastly, freight charges item number. I will enter 9009. Please remember, for all these item numbers in MYOB, we are selecting I sell this item. Even if we were to look into an expense account into MYOB, let's have a look into inventory, then item list. Now, let's search for a loyalty expense item which we would use for loyalty points. Now, looking into the bottom of the account, we've clicked on I sell this item. This is just how the MYOB integration works with Hike. Now, when creating this account, MYOB may give you some alerts to say that this is the wrong account. What I can do is I can show you an example. We can go to the top left and click on New. I will click on I sell this item. Now, I will choose an expense account. Now, it doesn't stop you from clicking on OK to save it. As always, if you need any assistance with this integration, simply chat with our technical support team. Next we have tax mapping. Here on the left are all the tax options available on Hike. Use the drop-down menus on the right to map the corresponding sales and purchase tax codes in MYOB. You will need to make sure that the tax mapping is correct before you start the sync, as the tax sync is based on this mapping. Now to the payment mapping. Every payment type in Hike must have a corresponding account in MYOB for the transactions to sync properly. Normally, most Hike users would use a bank account type in MYOB as a corresponding account for the payments. However, some retailers prefer to send their payments to a clearing account first before they perform the reconciliation. The next section is third-party automation rule for products that you bring from MYOB to Hike. Simply put, you can select if you want your accounting products to come across into Hike, then to go directly into your website. Most of our clients do not want this to happen because they're not e-commerce ready. Therefore, it's up to you which option you select. Now to the sync setting. I'll be selecting a two-way sync for my customers, products and inventory, sales, supplier, and purchase order. If you're after more information about the sync between Hike to MYOB or MYOB to Hike or no sync at all, simply reach out to our technical support team and they can always have a conversation with you about what is most applicable to your business. Another setting unique to the MYOB integration is Invoice Setting. So, MYOB has a limit on the invoice numbers that can be synced across from Hike to MYOB. Therefore, what we've done is we've allowed you to post these invoice numbers into two sections into the MYOB invoice, which is either comment or customer purchase order number. So let's have a look to see what they look like in MYOB. First, make sure that you're in sales, then click on Sales Register. Now let's just have a look into a recent sale that I did that was on account. Now you can see at the top there is customer purchase number. Or you can choose to have your invoice number here in the comment section. Once you've chosen which of these two options that you would like, simply go through your Hike and MYOB integration. Once everything's been completed, click on Continue, then click on Save and Sync Now. Congratulations! You've just completed the integration between MYOB and Hike.